Hey, welcome back to Rock Stardust. Today we're going to have a look at a couple of absolute gems by Led Zeppelin, masterworks by Jimmy Page. In fact, these two pieces I've decided to merge into one just to show the qualities, which is kind of a cool exercise to do as well. But the two tracks have a lot in common because firstly, they're two of the band's finest tracks. These parts also, and the tracks themselves, are two of Jimmy Page's favourite. And there's a real synergy too with, Atlas and the Greek gods there, and so starting off, we're gonna do In the Light, of Physical Graffiti. And I'm going to focus on the riff around the verse, which is very intriguing, very tricky, and very moody, very interesting. Love that part, and it's not often talked about. And the other one we're going to look at is the intro to Achilles' Last Stand, which is just mesmerizing. That's almost like the universe parting with a new dimension. It's like it's quite an amazing piece of music in itself, without let alone the brilliance of the rest of that track. So for this today, I'm just going to play it on the acoustic guitar. So we'll start off with that, In the Light. We won't actually. We're going to start off with Achilles' Last Stand is essentially the intro is, F minor. You've got that F major, F minor thing going on, but there's the chords in between the notes that give it that circular quality, where it just goes around and around and around. So. You get the picture on that, right? So that's that awesome part to the start of Achilles' Last Stand, and it also finishes up with that as well. Obviously, done differently, treated differently on the electric. But so the other one I'm going to look at is the verse to In the Light, which is around A minor, and it's it's an interesting piece. There's some string skipping and some chromatic parts to it. Like that little buzz sound there that Pagey gets, which sort of extends out. Well, I've got a semi broken string here, so I've left it on just to get that effect. How's that? Genius, eh? Anyway, so melding the two together, we're going to see how they match up, all right? So we'll start off with Achilles' Last Stand, intro, and then into the verse part of, In the Light. And then we'll go from there, right? So, see how they match together. Well, not too bad. And so that's the two melodic. It's actually a fun exercise to do as well. But they're two songs that actually really correlate. And, that whole thing with Atlas, the gods, Greeks. You know, there's a similar vibe which they've drawn on, and I know that Planty and Page went to Morocco after the Earl's Court shows. You know, so that was leading up to that period where they were doing In the Light, so they were really inspired by, you know, what they experienced there in Morocco and the Atlas Mountains. They went up to the top of those. And then obviously with you know, Achilles' Last Stand, there's that infamous trip to Greece, you know, to Rhodes, where they had all that bad luck and Planty broke his ankle. His wife got badly injured. And mysteriously Page's daughter Scarlett was untouched. And so then after that, they were in Malibu where Planty was staying, and that's where they started working on that track. So there was a lot of influence from that whole Greek god thing, and it's sort of like Atlas holding up the world, you know. So much to it, but the two do seem like almost connected, to me anyway, very related. So it's fun to play the two together and see how it sort of pans out. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little ditty. It's something a bit different. And, you know, do please like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of material. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.